This is Sode from Tompkins Karate Association, and this is week 8 of our online videos for blue through black belt. And today I have baby brother Mohammed. Hey, put that away. No weapons allowed. Anyways, baby brother Mohammed here. It's gonna help us out and do some working out stuff. So Tao will start off, and what we're gonna do today is we're gonna focus on everything stance related. Throwing good blocks, throwing good strikes, throwing good kicks, and also moving while doing the best stances that we can, and not giving up stance integrity, which is something that happens a lot whenever we add blocks, kicks, strikes, and movement to our stances. Very, very easy to just go like this, right? But to add those things to it tends to disrupt that very good, perfect, deep stance. So that's what we're going to work on. Baby brother Taariq.
Thanks, big brother. So the first stance we'll work on is our Kimo stance, which is a good general stance.
Talk about
You get in your Kimo stance, your feet should be facing the same direction. The depth can vary. Sometimes you can be up here, sometimes it can be down here. But it's important that your feet are really digging into the ground. That way, when you're digging in, you can move from side to side. You can go this way, you can go backwards, and of course you can step up and kick. Okay, so we'll do this drill with a partner, although you don't need a partner.
close this.
Yeah. We can do this closed or open, but we'll do it closed just so we have the same foot in front of us. And all we're going to do is we're going to get into a nice deep Kimo stance.
Remember, closed stance means that your bodies are facing the opposite way. So his body is facing this way, and my body is facing this way. Open means we're both facing that way. So if you don't have a partner, try to envision that. If you do have a partner, that's how you're going to do it. Okay, go.
And this is something we commonly do in basic motion, and we do a lot in fighting too. So I'm getting extra deep just for practice. And what we'll do is we'll step forward, we'll kick, we'll kick, and then we'll step back. So, here, like that. And what I'm trying to do, and I'm not doing a great job, is I don't want to rise up, so what I don't want is this. It's a good kick, but I'm coming up into my stance. And I also don't want to really telegraph my move, so if you look at my face, you don't want to be like this. You don't want to lean into it. You want your body to stay upright, you want your feet to move, and you want it to be hidden without coming up. So your upper body should really move as little as possible. Here, like that.
We'll alternate.
Yeah, so we'll alternate. We'll do 10 each side.
If you have a partner with one count, it'll be the first person and then the second person, one count. If you have one person, just do the step-up side kick. So with the one person, you're going to practice keeping your level straight, doing the step-up, and coming right back to your stance. But envisioning a partner there. If you have the partner, they will reciprocate with that kick in that one move. And just a couple things with the stances, in addition to what Tao was saying, is make sure you keep your back straight when you do this, and your chest up. So sometimes when I say straighten your back, it's not everyone, like, that doesn't register with everyone, but I think a good thing to think about is keeping your chest up. So your chest right now is facing kind of down like this. You keep it so that it's facing a wall. It's facing a wall, pretty much. So you'll notice that's how you keep your back straight.
And that corresponds to keeping your glutes tight, your abs tight, and your lats tight. So you have good posture. And the point of this drill is not to cover distance. You notice we're really not moving that much. It's really about hiding the distance that you are covering. Should I count?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. So, Hana. Go. Set. Net. Toss it. Yes it. Oh. You know. Oh. You know. All right.
Check it out. We'll take some breaks.
Yeah. I was definitely rising in my stance, which you'll probably do as well. That means you're working hard.
If you find yourself rising, that means that you're probably doing this too low. So pick a stance that you can actually hold for the 10 reps. So if you're doing this, and you're like, oh, this feels good, and by the 7th rep, you notice you're throwing your kicks from here, you should just start to do it from here, and have it constant the whole time. Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, and also don't forget, when we're throwing these side kicks, just don't forget the stuff that we've been working on over the last few weeks, which is to kick right above the belt, here, or right at the belt, and point with your heel, dig with your heel. Just adding in some of this stuff from the last couple weeks. Okay, let's other side. I'll count this one.
Okay.
You're facing this way. Okay, 7's. I'll go.
Huh?
I'll go. Okay.
You go first?
No, I just hold that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go first. So same type of thing, but your left side. Get in a stance that you can hold. Chest up, guard up. Okay. And Hana. Do. Set. Net. Toss it. Yas it. Go. Yellow. Hope. Yo. And relax. Whew. Good.
So we're gonna do 5 more each side. There's 2 things especially to focus on. One is that the retraction should be pretty much symmetric to the initial part of the move. So I may have done this, but what you don't want is when you step up is good, kick's good, and then you kind of like step down like this and you kind of shuffle back. What you want is clean step, clean step, clean step, clean step. So should look kind of
5 steps.
Yeah.
Or no. 3 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 steps. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is that this isn't a drill, like I said, about covering distance, but it is a drill about being fast. So the kick part of this move should be very fast. You don't want to wait in this position where you're here, you step up. This, yeah, is not a good place to be. By the time your front foot starts to, your either foot starts to move to kick, you should be committed to kicking fast. Now, for the purpose of this drill, it's okay to slow it down a little bit, but it's important to be aware that when you're doing this in real life, you don't want to pause in this middle. As soon as you step up, you step back. And even then, I paused a little bit at the end, which I probably shouldn't do. So, give it a second.
I also stresses the importance of keeping your body upright, because if you do get into this, if you do step up, do your step up,
And hold it. Like,
yeah, like here, and I charge him. If he's standing upright, he can do stuff with his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if he's like all leaning weird and stuff, yeah. And I'm here, now I'm in the point of advantage. So you keep your body upright in case the kick fails. You know.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do 5 more each side.
Focusing on speed.
Focusing on speed and the foot movement like we talked about. Sid and I are both keeping our hands high, leaving an opening, which is just for the purpose of the drill. So, ready?
Yeah.
Hold it. Good. Go. Set. Net. Toss it. That's not right.
Yeah. It's easier, faster.
Yeah. Okay, you count?
Oh yeah. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Toss it. Good. And relax. Check it out. All right, take a 1-minute break. Water. Breathing hard.
Mm-hmm. Gonna work hard, boy.
Okay, next thing we'll do is a similar version of that, but we'll just do a round kick. So we'll do step up round kick, and this will be in a open stance as well, or sorry, a closed stance as well. So if you're doing it by yourself, you will step up, do the same thing. You'll be in your hemostance here. In your guard, you will step up, feet come together. You'll bring your leg up, right in the round kick, right? So round kick, you're pointing with your knee rather than your heel to your target. So your knee's here. Do a round kick. Foot comes back down, step back, and the whole time you're trying to keep your level relatively similar. So you're not coming up here and then throwing a round kick from here. Keeping yourself nice and low. Okay. Also, round kick. Remember we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but side kick, the main purpose of the side kick is to stop someone. So your side kicks are almost always going to go here. You can kick a little higher for different purposes, but generally speaking, it's here. But the round kick is not a stopping technique. It's more of an offensive technique. So choose your target however you want. You can vary the levels. For this first round, we will just do one level. So pick a level: belt height, sternum, or face. But just keep it there the whole time. The second round we do this, you're going to vary your height, and so we will practice doing a kick where your height's varying every time, but your stances should not vary. So that's what we'll progress to that. And the third round we'll do a double kick. So 2 heights. So we'll do 3 rounds of this. But the first round, let's just do the first round. Single kick, consistent height. Okay? So if you have a partner, get in your chemo stance. If you don't have a partner, we'll just do the step up round kick. Okay? Remember with the chemo stance, feet facing forward, chest up. Okay? Equal bend on both legs.
So what are we focusing on the first round?
So we're gonna be doing round kicks at the same level. Just getting used to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So stomach, sternum, or head, and stuff from a chemo stance. All right. So. All right. Fighting stance. All right. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Pass it. Yas it. Oh. Yiddo. Oh. Yo. Okay, good. Switch sides. See that drum switch. Alright. Get your chemo stance. You got it. Okay. Got it. Go. Set. Net. That's it. Yes it. Yes it. Let's go. You know. Up. Yep. Okay, check it out. I'm gonna move this back. So now loosen up your legs a little bit. And so that you can kick at different heights. So every rep we do this time, you should kick at a different level while still maintaining the same kind of starting and returning stance. So you'll be in your chemo stance, you'll do whatever height you want, low, doesn't matter, you're still gonna come right back here, and your step up and your step away is gonna be identical, no matter what you do. Hey, feel it. Okay. That's fine. Alright, you'll count this down. Okay. So different height every kick. Alright, ready? Hunt. Go. Set. Net. Toss it. Yes it. Oh. Yo. switch. Let me just back a little bit. Right here. Alright. You got it? Yeah. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Toss it. Gas it. Go. Get off. Hope. Yo. Good, and relax. Okay, we'll just do one more of this chemo stuff. Yeah.
Should we do distance?
I was gonna double kicks. That's fine.
Which one's fine?
I know whichever. You can do the distance one.
So we'll do distance next. From the same stance and the same setup, we might set up a little further back so you can see us. But before, we were trying to hide.
We'll do a little bit back here.
Okay, yeah, we'll do it back here. We were trying to hide our leg movement while being at a range that both of us could strike at, or just outside of that range.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to cover a lot of distance, and you'll see this works both ways. And we have covered distance before, but the difference here is you should be able to feel the similarities in doing this closely or far. So the main difference here is that your back foot's going to come up further, and then when you kick, you might have to slide a little bit. So before, I was bringing my back foot just to my front foot, lifting it up, kicking.
Without sliding.
Without sliding. If I move back here, you notice there's a little bit of maybe a jump, a slide, a skip, whatever you want to call it. But here, I can bring it in front. And that gives me a lot more room. You can see even from maybe back here, you can cover that distance. We're not going to do it quite as far, something we can alternate. But that's the difference here. Your back foot's going to come in front, and then when you kick, you can add a little bit of a slide.
Remember, this is the same slide that we did a couple weeks ago, right? Where you pick up, where I had said, you pick up you chamber your leg, and you use the chamber, pretend like you're a puppet, and there's a string attaching your legs, right? So you're here, and as this leg comes up, right, this replaces it. There's the distance between your two ankles stay the same. So this is the same thing, you're just adding something that covers even more distance, which is the step up. So you're stepping up, and then when you pull this leg, when you get to about here, the string tightens up between your legs, right? And it pulls you forward, okay? So you're using the momentum of your load to pull your body forward, okay? And that gives you a little bit extra distance. So if Charles was just to step up from like a far here, or even farther back and farther back. If he doesn't step up, right?
Just step.
Yeah, I'm not worried, right? So he telegraphed his kick. I know he's gonna kick or do something, but the thing that he's not telegraphing is his distance. So if he's doing that, I'm not even worried. So I will like not be prepped for the strike. But then he has to slide to it. Yeah, and then boom. So this is also why when you're fighting someone and you see them step up or do something from afar, you still have to pretend like they're very close, because people are good at these slides and these deceptive covering distance things, okay? But we'll just work from the offensive standpoint. So what we'll do is we'll just do the same thing, alternating back and forth and maintaining your stance. And we'll count slow, so make sure you count slow, so that you guys have time to do the step up with the leg cross as much as possible, load, have the slide, and then once you throw the kick, okay, and you put your foot back down, just put your foot back down here for the time being, okay? But just make sure you keep your body nice and upright so that if you had to, you could throw another kick, you could throw another strike, because what ends up happening is that, switch sides, is that when you do this from really far, right, okay, when you're here, it's okay to be here, but you just have to make sure you're right like this, so that once he starts to counter, boom, boom, you're right back ready to go, okay? So that's the main thing here. With that is keeping your body upright and ready to do something. And then we'll reset and the other person will go. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Look this way.
Yeah. If you're doing this with a partner, make sure you can gauge your distance right now by coming up to a position where if you were to step up, I know I will hit him, so I'm too close. So wherever you are where you would hit your partner with a step up, take about 1 kima stance more that way. Okay? So 1 additional kima stance away from normal. So I'm here, boop, 1 kima. Okay, ready? Okay. Hana. Do. Set. Yep. Net. Toss it. Now for the next 5, really focus on hiding the first part. It's easy. If you come forward, just like in the last one, you come up, take a big step forward, you'll cover a lot of distance. But it won't make a difference because he will see it. Once you take that first step up, you want to stay low, you want to move forward, you don't want your upper body to move around too much. Like that. Okay, 5 more. Yeah. You'll go. You know. Up. Yep. Alright. Alright, check it out. We're done kimas. We gotta do the other side. Oh, dang it. Never mind. Almost. Baby brother holding me accountable. Isn't it, brother? Alright, so, yeah. Huh. Do. Set. Net. Toss it. Good. And then for the next set, once again, focus on hiding that step, so making it a little less clunky and more streamlined. So remember, going as straight as possible when you're doing this, and less kind of wobble to your step. Focus everything on going forward. All right, 5 more. Hana. Do. Set. Net. Toss it. Good, and relax. All right, shake it out, get some water. up block, reverse punches, or inside block, whatever. I can do round kicks, focus those. Like, close. I go back. Do this, you all-purpose block, and a Google. Then you step back forward. Okay, so we're done with chemo stuff. So the next one we're gonna move on to is, if we have time, we might do jungle stance. But honestly, most of the stance integrity being lost is from the chemas and fugal. So the next one we'll tackle is the fugal. So what we'll do here, so with your partner, but if you don't have a partner, imagine the same thing. Is you'll be in a fugal stance, and you're gonna do a round kick from the fugal stance, throw the kick, and come right back to your fugal stance without stepping down into a new one. So you're not gonna take a step forward like our basic motion, right? So our typical basic motion is we do a fugal here, fugal. Okay, good, and that's good. That's a good. It's good, but the thing is, it's very easy to like just kind of be robotic with that. And when you throw those kicks and stuff, you don't chamber it super well on the way back in, so you can just like fall into it. So ideally, it's supposed to look like this, right? Right now, you can see I'm bringing my leg back down, and if I wanted to, I could throw another kick, or I could come back with it, and then I put my foot on the ground. What ends up happening a lot of the time is something like this, where you just kind of fall into the next fugal stance because you're going forward anyways. So it doesn't give you a lot of incentive to reload or kick properly the way it should. So this is a drill to force you into reloading your kick and being able to go back to where you came from and or throw another kick, or just do something and have your control over your body a little bit more to do a step back, to do a kick again, and in whatever way you want. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is with your partner. Okay, you'll both be in a fugal stance, just like our typical, thing. Left-sided fugal stance. He's in his left-sided fugal stance, right? Our closed stance here. And then from here, I'm gonna rotate my body, throw back like round kick. You can do it wherever, because he's just gonna do an all-purpose block. Actually, let's take a step over here.
So then I should
Right here. Yeah. So I'll be here, and he'll go into a fugal stance as well. Okay. As I throw this round kick. Okay. Actually, he can do a chemo stance. You want to do a chemo stance? Okay. Cool. Fugal stance. He'll do a fugal stance. Right. Go back. So I'll be here, and then I have to reload it back and then bring it right back like this. Okay? So I'm not doing this. Okay? We're trying to break the habit of throwing, every time we throw a kick, we like fall right into it, okay? We want to get into the habit of throwing a kick, and I'm right back here. Okay? You can do whatever you want. You can throw another kick, you can throw a hand technique, or you can step back. In this case, we're choosing to step back. Okay, so no falling forward. Okay, we have good stances to start off with. We throw our kick, we go right back in our good stance and keep our stance integrity. Okay, so that's all it is. If you're doing this by yourself, very easy to practice by yourself. You're here, you're in a fugal stance. You're gonna throw your kick, keep your leg up, rotate back. Okay, here, and let's do it low. Right, if you have to do it low. Fugal stance. That's how it's going to look like by yourself. Okay? Hana. Build. Okay? Like that. If you have a partner, they'll give you a little bit of a feel for how this should feel in a more fighting type situation. Okay.
If you don't have a partner, it's important to really try to reach and hit with your kick.
Yeah.
Because that's what pushes people over and causes them to fall over. If you're not really reaching, you can do a kick like this, and you didn't really do much. But if I'm actually trying to hit him in the head, I gotta lean in, and it's much harder to keep your balance upright.
You can see the difference with do the first kick. I'll just hold you here. You see his hip is here, right? The second kick, turn your hip over. His hip is here. Okay. So in one situation, the hip, there's a bony part of your hip it's pointed this way, almost forward. But when you actually extend the foot through, that bony part of your hip is pointed horizontally. Okay, so it's the difference between where that bony landmark is. You can all feel it here. You can think about where that part is facing when you throw your kick. If it's not facing horizontal, if it's not going this way or that way, and instead it's facing in front of you or like off at an angle, you're not rotating your hips over.
That also relates to how your bottom foot is placed. When you don't rotate all the way over, your bottom foot doesn't rotate all the way. You do rotate all the way over, my hip rotates and my bottom foot rotates. So you should be able to feel both of those.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. So again, if you have a partner, you're in your regular fugal stance, right? So just to go over your fugals really quick, okay? Back leg has most of the weight. Your front leg is straight, but then you unlock it so that there's a little bend, front forward. Front foot is going to be facing forward. Your back leg is going to be facing like 45 degrees at an angle. Your chest is upright here. Your belt knot is facing perpendicular to where your other foot's going. So if this foot's going here, okay? And when you draw a line, it becomes a box, okay? So that's how you do your fugal, right? So every time we do our kick, we're coming right back to this very good fugal. Once again, pick a level that you can maintain. If you're gonna be rising with everyone from that stance, do that. So for me, I know I'm gonna be able to hold this position after every kick, okay? And then do your regular fugal. We won't go into depth with this because that's not the focus right now, okay? So on my count, okay, we'll do a kick here. They'll bring it back, fugal, then they'll throw a kick. Okay? Partner, if you have a partner, when you throw that all-purpose block, try to also do a good fugal, keeping her good integrity with her stance. But really try with the kicking leg because we're focusing on that right now. Okay, all right, ready? Hana. Go a little bit. Do. Set. Net. Toss it. Yas it. We'll go. Yuro. Hope. Yo. Good, and relax. Shake it out. It's hard to do the fugal with I think.
Yeah. Alright, so other side now. Another thing keeping in mind, just like the previous drill, you don't want your head to be moving up and down, your body moving too much. You know, we start off, whichever way. When you step back, your upper body level, step forward and kick. Your upper body really should kind of track smoothly back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay, which side do we do?
Yeah, left side now. So again, your fugal.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
Should I go first? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hana. Do. Oops. Set. Net. Toss it. Yas it. We'll go. Get up. Up.
Alright, Chimpy? Yeah. Alright, take a 2-minute break. Yeah, that's fine.
Your double kicks off this one.
It's gonna happen. We're both in our stance. One person's doing punches. You do a block instead of a block, or outside a block.
Yeah.
Maybe the last one. Okay, so shifting gears now to some hands. So what we'll do for this one is, I know I said chemos were done, but I lied. So we're gonna do some more chemo stuff. So this one will be stagnant, so we're not gonna do a step with this, but it will teach you to be able to do or it'll train you a little bit to be throwing stuff with your hands while trying to keep a solid base. So what we're gonna do here is one person will be throwing a face-high punch. Okay, and face-high, by the way, face-high punch means to like either your mouth or your nose. It's not like hitting someone in their forehead or, I don't know, like.
Yeah, no, jaw or nose, not
yeah,
mouth.
Yeah, oh yeah. Okay, so it's like this lower front half. So that's where your punch is gonna go. Okay, every punch is gonna go this way. That's the gist of it. Whoever is getting punched at will have an option of doing outside in block, inside out block, or up block. You have to change your block every single time, alternate hands every single time. You will be staying in the chemo stance. That's going to be consistent, okay? So the strike is the same, the stance is the same, but you need to like alternate your blocks every single time. The other person, the partner, is just throwing straight up punches, okay? So if you don't have a partner, I want you to imagine someone's throwing a punch right here, okay? We're doing this, either the draw or the punch, okay? And he's throwing this punch, and every time he counts, okay, do
Okay.
Yeah. Or who counts?
Okay.
So go ahead and just put a strike out, yeah. So start off however you want, but
Hana, do, set, net, toss it, yes it.
okay. So that's what you're doing. So if you're by yourself, every time you hear a count, it's a little bit it's not this exact same, but you'll be here and you'll put your guard out and just go Hana, do, set, net, toss it. Okay? And every time you're alternating, imagining that. But the whole time you're not rising up as you do your set at 10. Okay? You're staying put there, and you're not rising up to meet his punch or whatever. You're staying put, so you're not just getting distracted. Your stance is stuck there, and only your upper body is moving. I mean, you're using your hips a little bit, but like you're keeping your stance at that level. Okay? With your partner, they'll be throwing the punch, and you will be addressing that punch. And it is very easy. I probably was doing this just now. It's very easy. Go ahead, your stance. He's throwing a punch, and I start to lose focus, and I'm like, oh, and I started doing one of these guys. Yeah, that's gonna happen. I'm probably gonna do it. He's probably gonna do it. The goal is to minimize that, so that you're like looking right at this punch every single time he throws a punch, and I'm not moving my stance at all.
And if you do have a partner, you'll notice we're at the exact distance where I'm not going to hit him.
Yeah.
I'm very close, but I won't. So it feels like you will, so you'll have that reflection to move, but I'm still throwing a fast punch. But if I don't hit him, or if he doesn't block, he won't get hit, which is important.
Yeah. True. Okay. So keep your stance integrity as you do this. It doesn't matter. Focus. Really try to focus on doing that, and your blocks will come. Okay. All right. So both partners getting your chemo stance. Designate a puncher. The puncher will count, or no block. Well, actually, no. We'll count. And then yeah. If you're by yourself, you're just blocking. Okay. So one person put out a punch. Okay. Other person just put out whatever block you want, and then we're gonna start. Okay.
Hana, do, set, net, toss it, yes it, oh,
Okay, let's do we'll do sets of 20 with this. Okay? Let's do another 10.
Hana, do, set, net, toss it, yes it, oh,
Good. Alright, check it out. So you notice on some of them I lean back a little bit. Not what you want to do. Alright, back in your chemo stance. Other person throwing the punch. Other person getting whatever block. All right, ready? Hana. Go. Set. Back. Toss it. Toss it. Hope. You know. Hope. Yo. Hana. Go. Set. Net. Toss it. Yas it. A go. You know. Hope. Yo. Good, relax. We'll do one more set. It's a good one.
Feel it in my forearms.
Feel my quads. All right, last set. So we just did one. So if you feel comfortable, we can go. Well, I can't tell if you feel comfortable, so we're just gonna count a little faster. But I assume you feel more comfortable after that first round. So we'll do this one a little faster here. Okay, get in your Kimbo stance. Remember, chest up, both feet facing forward, both legs are bent, and you pick a depth where you can hold it for the length of the exercise. Okay, so punch comes out, take a block, and go. Hana, do, set, net, toss it, yes, oh, you know, oh, you know, hana, do, set, net, toss it, yes, oh, you know, oh, you know. All right, check it out. All right, and back in your hemo stance. All right, partner, punch out. Other person getting their block, and hana, do, set, net, toss it, yas it, oh, you know, oh, yo, hana, do, set, net, toss it, yas it, go, you know, oh, yo, good, and relax. Good. All right. So I think that'll be it for today. Remember to do your stretches afterwards. And yeah, because we did a lot of stuff that targeted your stances, so they're probably very warm right now and could use some stretching. So make use of that. Do your post-workout stretches. And just a couple of notes from today. So the idea is that every time we throw a block, a hand strike, a leg strike, or we move in our stance, when we get back to our stance, we try to get right back to a consistent, solid, proper stance. And those moves don't disrupt or take away from that proper stance, okay? Because our stance is our base, our stance is where we generate our power. If every time we throw a move, we're kind of like off balance afterwards, and we're like falling into our opponents and all this stuff, it's no good. We have to be able to come back to something that is solid, that we can defend ourselves from and attack solidly from. And so that was the gist of a lot of the drills that we did today, whether it was a hand strike, block, kick, or just simply moving. The second thing that I noticed as we were doing this is, as we're doing this, remember, especially with any partner work, breathing is very important. So every time we throw a strike, you breathe in and out, because your legs will fatigue a lot more if you just hold your breath the whole time. And it's I noticed myself doing this, like you want to hold your breath when someone is punching at you, and you're like, as you try to block and stuff. So make sure you breathe with every strike that you do. And the last thing that I noticed when you're doing this with a partner is that, I noticed me and my brother doing this, is that we made contact a little bit, whether it was with the side kick, with the round kick hitting our guard, or when we throw the punches, we hit, and we actually block. So it's a little difficult because you don't have anyone watching you. So I'm not going to encourage people to like hit really hard and to block really hard and all that stuff. But I will say that that is a good thing to do, to get a little bit of realism to your strikes and to actually block. Because when you actually get to a tournament or your exam and someone is actually going kind of like hardcore, striking at you, and you've never felt what it's like to like really block something kind of hard, or feel what it's like to take a little bit of a body shot or something like that, then that's not good to like feel it for the first time on your exam or your tournament, or like in a real fight too. So when you're doing these partner work things, if you feel comfortable, if you've done this before, you feel comfortable, and you feel comfortable with your partner doing this. So I've done this many times before. I feel comfortable personally doing it, and I trust my brother to do this because I know he's done it a lot before. It's okay to make the contact a little bit. So if you hear the contact noises that me and my brothers were making, we decided that before our class, that like it's okay, and we're not going to get mad at each other, and we're not worried about hurting each other. So just be really careful when you're when you're doing some of this partner stuff, since we don't have supervision right now, that you're like, okay, I'm going to hit kind of light, or I'm going to hit medium, whatever, strength, or I'm going to hit kind of hard. We were hitting kind of hard, but you know that beforehand when you do any sort of this like partner work type stuff without real, teacher supervision. So, but ideally, yeah, you do want to work up to hitting a little bit because that's real karate. Yeah. Anything else?
No, that was good.
Ta says it's good, so we can end. All right, Shabi. All right, see you guys next week, and stay safe.